Hey, Bri, doesn't it suck that the boss is always over our shoulder when we're trying to talk?
Jay, he should be entertained by us. Let's get out of here and finish this conversation.
All right, as long as it's not work-related.
Jay,
B.
how's it going?
Great, my friend.
I want to welcome everyone to the Work-Related Podcast.
We're related by work somewhere.
Yeah, at work.
At work, we are related by work. We're lots of people related by work. Too many people related at work.
Somewhat.
You know?
And on X, somewhat.
And X. I have nothing for X talk. That's
Nothing?
great. No, I'm going to fucking stay off of that. I will talk straight up about my Leafs.
Yes.
Not to fucking...
Last night?
I'm going to try to get the Captain Jinx out of the... Yes, so they're like 3 up.
Yeah.
I was so far as wrong as possible.
Shout outs to Rick.
Shout out to Rick. You hear that, Ricky? Look at that. There you go. I don't know if this series, I don't know if I'm ever going to get my IPTV subscription from him. Because he says, quotes there, that the renewal is in, but it's not been hooked up to my service yet.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, so I think he might be waiting till this series is over before. He's like, swears to me it's just a coincidence that this has happened. Another reason not to work in Bitcoin is my thing. Because if you just use an e-transfer, then things are fucking happening like that.
Yeah.
So I don't even know what other SEC regulations have to happen. But so yes, I spent $10 on the Leafs win yesterday.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, because
And they won.
but this is so I made 2 bets.
Yeah.
I made like as the second period or as the third period started, it was it tied yet? I think it was tied. Right. And so, yeah, it was tied 1-1. So I tried to make like a same game parlay, just like, so it wasn't just for the Leafs to lose that I was going to win money. I tried to do a thing where, you know what? I don't think either team's going to score 4 goals. It was just like a little bit that the Leafs won't score in the first 10 minutes of the third period. Like, this is how specific you can make your bets, right? And that the Senators would win. And so, okay, these 3 things happen, then I'll sacrifice that money. The Leafs score 20 seconds into the period.
Yeah.
So that's my captain. So my bet is already done.
Yeah.
20 seconds in. So I'm like, but it doesn't ensure anything. Right?
No,
They could still lose.
that's early.
Right? And they go and so I watched the game for another like 8 or 10 minutes and I'm like, okay, fuck, my bet is done. So the Sens could still win, and I'm not going to get anything out of it. So now the Sens are such an underdog that I bet the Knicks to win and the Senators to win, and my $5 bet was going to win me like $30 or no, $25. So I'm like, okay, consolation. As soon as I do that, the Senators score to tie it up. I'm like, oh fuck, not good, but like hedging my bet.
To tie
with
it
money.
up at 1 or to tie it up at 2?
Tied it up at 2, right? So now it's 2-2, and so it goes into overtime with me with a chance to win a couple bucks if they win, like Senators, and me with my heart if the fucking Leafs win. So, like I said, it's only a $5 bet. Fucking sure enough, the Leafs score a minute into fucking overtime, and I lose my $5, and I'm texting with Ricky, you know what I mean? Not like live in the game like I was with you for the race, because I don't want to jinx any of that. So I don't know if I gloated. Like we could have that the people decide. But
I was watching the highlights last night. Like, every time it does the goals, I was like, okay. So I was trying to keep up with the game, which is why I was online. And I was trying to keep up with the game, and like I seen all the goals. I was like, holy! And then it said Brady Tkachuk scores to put into overtime. I was like, holy shit! Like it's gonna be overtime. So I put my phone down and I go do some shit. And then the score pops up, finals, Leafs won. I'm like, what the hell? I'm like, where's the goal? Where's the goal? Because it's not on live TV. I'm waiting for the highlight to come up. So I'm like, fuck it. I'm going on X. Shout outs to X. And then they had the goal from what's his name. And I was like, wow.
Yeah, it was
that was quick.
It was. And so, like, thank goodness, because overtime hockey is...
terrible.
It's the best thing about sport, but that's what makes it terrible. Like
anxiety,
you're living on the edge of everything. Like I said, no matter how much I don't watch during the regular season or how much I think, like my heart has been broken from 2011 and all that. Like I was yelling at the fucking refs so hard yesterday. Like everything. Like I can't help but want to watch them win with everything I fucking got. And that's now I'm exposed. Now, you know what I mean? Like if they lose to the Senators, like so now I'm going to make a bet on the Senators to win the series, which will be like fucking 100-1.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like so I'll win lots of money if they win the series, but I don't want them to.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like I told you before, that's my justification on making a small bet on that. Right, it's not like everything I think is going to win wins.
Yeah.
So it's like I said, there's certain times. Yesterday, watching the Thunder and the Grizzly play, and even early in the second half or first half, the Grizzlies were up by like 12, 15, and the Thunder were so heavily favored. And I'm like, fuck, I wanted to bet the Thunder, but not at those odds. And I was thinking of doing a ticket with the Grizzlies and this and that. And it's like, I'm trying. It was one of those moments. I'm trying too hard. If I just stop here for a second, it's like dieting and smoking. Just stop for a second and you're going to forget about this bet.
Yeah.
Right? Like, you know what I mean? Like, just give yourself a minute, and you do. And I was glad because the Thunder ended up coming back to win. Now, I wish you know what I mean? Like, bet them when they were lower or whatever. So, why does it bring that up?
Don't bet against SGA.
Yeah, so just looking for when a team is in the underdog, like losing, that's when you can find the value of it or whatever. So I was like happy with the results, and I'll do it again. So now I won't bet on the Senators per game basis. I can cover my heart with just betting them to win the series now.
Okay.
And if they do, it'll be a big windfall. And if they don't, then it's the best windfall of all. But I don't really bug Ricky.
Okay.
Like, I like bugging. I don't even bug you about the race. I'm just like, there's nothing to bug. It's just a parade of DRS. Like,
Yeah,
it's very.
I know,
it's there's not. You realize how boring it could be when you're. Although
Shitty tracks, man.
yeah, well, whatever reasons, it's not. It's fun to have somebody to talk to when it's going on.
Yeah.
But I don't want to bring in the teasing part of Rick or whatever. So when I was watching the game, even before,
But that's what like those kind of sports
I get
are
it. No,
about.
no,
Come on,
I'm
especially hockey.
I'm missing the opportunity to. Like, this is, but again, I was the type of goalie that I wouldn't be quiet. Can you imagine? I would be very quiet. I wouldn't try to taunt the other team.
Oh, okay.
Like,
So you
I
weren't like a shit talker.
I was not a shit talker. I'd get angry and I'd fucking slash people and I would do things like that. I would defend my, you know what I mean? I would be like strong like that. But chirping to the other team was not a strong point of mine. I had a buddy who was so good at it. He was chirping everybody.
Yeah.
And he would back it up. And if he didn't care as much.
Yeah.
You know, it was fine. And I couldn't live in the not backing it up. You know what I mean? Like, I was just taking it too real. Like, the idea of chirping somebody, them scoring on me, and getting chirped on for the rest of the game was annoying to me. But my buddy just, like, he never concentrated on that part. It would just be like, yeah, lucky goal.
Yeah,
Or, like,
yeah.
you know what I mean? Like, he was way better at it than me.
Yeah.
So I find I haven't honed that skill in as much. I'm not as much of a shit talker as I could be. So I was looking genuinely at his team looking very dangerous, like, compared to like the Leafs. So I just said to him, your team looks dangerous. And in the crowd, like they wave like towels around. Some different crowds do different things or whatever. So right before the game started, I'm watching, they're all waving white towels. I go, isn't that a sign of surrender? Like waving a white towel.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
is that like,
yeah.
is that, and I'm like, well, that's a bad look.
like surrendering the white flag.
That's what I'm thinking. I go, fucking, what? Why would they do that? And then so I had that thought for like 1.5 periods, and I'm fucking, for whatever reason, I had a buzz on, and I'm like thinking, I'm going to text my buddy, right, and ask him what the fuck's with these white flag things. So I said, your team looks very dangerous tonight. I'm not sure if waving the white towel is a good look.
Yeah.
And then I also said, by the way, my IPTV died yesterday. And he was just telling me, no, man, there's way too much time left, and the towel is because of this. And then just saying, hope the IPTV doesn't fucking do anything. And then as soon as I said that to him was when Matthews scored to go up ahead.
Yeah.
And he's like, see? And then, so I showed him my bets. All right. I said, please don't be sorry. I'm sorry for the jinx. And I texted him the bet that had the Leafs not scoring in the first 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And so I go, that's my fault. And so I go, it's my true jinxing power. And I put this bet in like 2 minutes before it happened. And then so he starts shit talking. He's like, oh, the Senators are going to win. And then nothing for the whole third period in overtime. Like, I didn't, you know what I mean? Like, it was radio silence.
Yeah.
And then the second they score, he just texts me, I blame you. And then I go then I just remind him, I go, ooh, Sens will win. You said that, not me. And then I said, he goes, laugh at that. And then I showed him my ticket that, like, the second one I bet, right, with the Senators to win with the Knicks. I go, Captain Jinx comes through again. Best $10 I ever spent. And I go, don't let this delay my IPTV any longer, will you? And he goes, Captain Jinx, I love it. He goes, no, that's just a coincidence, I swear to you. And so, yeah, like, it's hard. I know I don't affect anything. Like, I'm just saying, like, that's my...
It seems like it's working.
I mean, what else am I supposed to expect?
Exactly.
Right? Like, so that's how that's going.
Can you bet on Lewis Hamilton to lose next weekend?
I see what you're saying. Yeah, I'm trying not bet on, like, I think my theory going forward is to stop betting against Max. Like my
Yeah.
bet last time was because it had Max doing good things.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so hard to bet on F1.
So my question about F1 quickly is: do you feel his penalty was justified?
So I'm skewed. I do not. I think it was a bad call. I needed it to go that way for my bet to win.
Yeah.
Because I had him leading a lap. And if he doesn't get credit for leading that first lap, he's never going to get in front again unless it's a pit strategy.
Yeah.
So when they were discussing on the air what was going to happen to him, I go, if you guys think, that's why I asked you, will he lose? I was hoping if he had to lose his position, he would still get credit for leading the first lap.
Yeah.
And so I might have been covered there. But if he never got credit for leading that first lap, then I would have lost my
If
bet.
he gave the position back, he said.
Yeah, if he gave that position back, right? Like,
Yeah.
so the 5-second penalty didn't make sense to me. Like,
Yeah,
either
it's
you
a
give the
10
position
second,
back,
It's a 10-second penalty.
either you give the position back, but I personally thought it was racing.
First lap is like second turn, first turn. No, second.
It's
It was
a
a
crazy
second turn. Yeah. So I mean, that's why they gave him 5 instead of 10 because it was a first lap incident. And who got it? Somebody else got it later on. They got a forcing someone off the track, and it's a 10-second penalty. But I mean, coming off the track and getting an advantage.
Do you think it was just?
Yeah, I don't think he was ahead enough, and he runs people off the track all the time
Max.
enough. Max, yeah. I mean, you don't get the benefit of the doubt at that point.
So
but it
you-
kind of seemed like he did come off the track and he did get an advantage. He should have just gave it back.
I see that. I swear to you, I do see it, but I'm just in a racing line world. Like, it's not like he was a clear ahead. Like, I know, like, slow motion replay and stopping the tape, and you can see a fucking hair of the nose of this going 150 miles an hour into this corner, like, ahead. But to avoid, like, I think it was racing, and to avoid a collision, he had to do it. I do think, like,
Yeah.
I get it. So I guess what you're saying when you say the 5-second penalty, that's a good compromise.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have been upset, but this is me. Like, I don't know
That
how much
cost
my
him the
bet is
race
talking.
big time, though.
What?
That cost him the race big. So you didn't win that bet. So you never got credited
I
for
won that
first.
bet.
Okay.
I lost a bet. My second bet I lost because Yuki didn't finish in the points.
Yeah, that's
And that was
bullshit.
done because he was crashed in the first
crashed.
lap. So one of my 2 bets were done for the whole fucking race
Yeah.
right off the bat. So it's so annoying.
Yeah,
Right?
and he
Like,
would have finished in the points for sure.
I mean, like that bet, I had like 7 or 8 really small favorite things to happen. And like I said, like anything could happen. So that's kind of why I don't like to throw all my eggs in one. Your buddy Jacob there. Oh, this is what I was going to say. I think it's insane to play slots on your phone.
Yeah.
No, like
I just told you about my slots.
this is this is why I'm bringing it up. Like, that's not fun to me.
Yeah.
Like, I get it, like the addiction and seeing, you know what I mean? Like it's a well documented thing on how hard it is to not want to play, and that's why they make them like.
Pretty easy for me.
Yeah, but you're not into it. You've already, but okay, I'm not even close to slippery slope. But your conversation of him showing you how he's winning all this money, and this is why. So they give me free spins all the time. I don't
Yeah.
touch it.
Yeah.
I don't want to go anywhere near it. I do not want. I will bet on fake horses. I would rather bet on EA Sports players.
Yeah.
Like you can bet on
eSports?
NBA 2K.
Yeah.
Right on the site, and you can see what's going. You know what I mean? Like but slots are so random and it's so addictive, and it's like they want you to get that easy money.
I don't find it addictive.
Okay, but you had a-
There's too much losing in it for me to like it.
So your story was that he showed you how to get $23 or whatever. I mean, you can tell your story, but we already talked about it. So, but you instantly withdrew your money.
Yeah.
And you not regretted it, but you were like talking with Celine and just like you didn't really have to, you know, like it was in there. Like, so what are you like? How are you feeling? You're indifferent to the whole idea of it now, or like would you, if you think you had your $20 in there, you would find more fun playing it? Like, are you glad you took your money out?
Yeah, I don't care. I still have $11 in there from my other free spins that I just haven't taken out, and I'm just not going back in there. I just don't find, and it's funny because they were talking about it at work on the afternoon shift, and I was like, I just hate losing so much. And somebody's like, well, nobody likes. I've never heard somebody say they like losing. I said it's not about liking losing. Some people are more okay with it than like my kids. Kai is more okay with losing than Sire is okay with losing. And so I'm like, I'm on the extreme end. If I lose, I don't like it. And if I lose by something that's out of my control, that's even worse. Like, so slots really just don't do it for me.
I have zero appeal to it.
It makes no sense. So I'm here, and when I see that, you know, they always show in movies, you put the coin in, you pull it, you wait, put the coin in, you pull it. So you're sitting there all day going like this. You're losing 100 times to possibly win $1 on the 75th time.
But that's the power of gambling and even addiction. But like what you like to spend your money on, because my stepdad, he loves going to the casino and he loves playing slots and he loves certain machines at Mohawk, and he's shown multiple times winning like thousands of dollars.
But how much has he lost?
Oh, he's up. Like
up?
I don't know. Like, I mean, maybe he's a degenerate gambler and I have no idea.
Yeah.
But he seems to be like quite up.
That's the same with the guy at work. He's won. This is probably, I've seen him win myself. He's shown me, he takes screenshots right away. 6,700 the last time.
Crazy.
He's won like 1,500 the time before. He's won like $3,000 like before that too. So he's won some money.
These are all on slot type machines.
Yeah,
Slot type games.
And Baccarat he plays. Yeah, a lot. But now he's on this real slot. Betty's like Betty.com. You heard of it?
BetE.com. I don't know.
It's
maybe.
like a Ontario gaming type thing.
Yeah, see, I've kept my same bet. I could keep my account for years. I haven't taken put money into a betting site for fucking ages.
And that's what I would do if I won. Like if I won on my first like freaking $20, I won like $500. I would have taken half of it and left the rest in there, and then say, "Oh yeah, I'll just bet with this money then."
Yeah,
that's what I would have done.
But even so my appeal for betting is, like I said, it's all about sports gambling.
Yeah, we had this.
But that's where the appeal
fun
comes in.
is. Yeah,
like I get to see. It's like, fucking you. Who would have thought Yuki was going to get knocked out? Oh, are they going to make that penalty for a thing?
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? The Senators are looking good tonight. Let me fucking put it in. Like, that's why I tried to tell you, even gambling before the game starts is a fool's errand. Like, wait till you see how the game is and then bet. Like, find something. Like, you know what? This game looks like it's going to go to overtime. Don't think it's 6:30 before a 7 o'clock game. Yeah, you know what? I think this game's going to go to overtime. That's, again, something to think about, and it's fun. Like, just.
But your odds go down if you do it in the game?
It depends on. Yeah, so if before anybody starts the game, like just for argument's sake, this is a good point. Before the Leaf game yesterday, the odds for it to go to overtime were probably like 3-1. Okay? By the time the Leafs are up 1-0 in the beginning of the third period, or 2-1 or whatever, at the beginning of the third period, the idea of the game going to overtime is now like 5-1.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So you can
right? It goes
more.
to 5 minutes left, and then it's like 15-1. And all they got to do is score one goal in 15 minutes, in
That's
5 minutes.
Bet. It was last night. So then you go.
So
bet.
you're not. So you know what I mean. Now that's a worthwhile bet. You don't have to bet $15 to win a amount that's going to get you going. You bet $5. Like nothing fucking pleased me more than that $3.50 bet I showed you last week, winning $25.
Yeah,
like it's all small potatoes, but there's so much fun in that.
Yeah, for sure.
Compared to hitting a button and looking for 3 cherries.
So annoying. So Selena did her 100 free spins and she won like $13. And then, so she took her $20 out, of course. Yeah. And then she's like, and then like, honestly, it was probably like 3 minutes. She's like, I just won $13. I'm like, oh, nice. And then 3 minutes later, she's like, I have 79 cents left. This is stupid. And I'm just like, there's no fun in it. I agree. I think betting on sports would be way funner than doing slots or even betting on like I don't know. I just don't.
So you're in this now. Now you have an account.
I have an account.
Yeah, I wonder if they have F1 betting.
No, this is purely casino games.
That's gay.
Yeah.
So I don't. I get. So like I said, that doesn't hit me.
Yeah,
even the casino. We were at Falls Music Casino. The idea of going to the casino was zero to me.
Now poker is fun.
Yeah, but that's poker of me and you.
Yeah.
Even against strangers.
Yeah.
Like there's skill involved.
Yeah, that's why different.
That's why poker was legitimately legal online first. Mm. Because at first it was just they threw it in all with slots and random gambling. But no, like you have to work the system. There is a way that poker you can make your money work for you. If I have fucking way bigger a bankroll, then I can use money to push you around.
Yeah.
But then that's up to you to be more patient or to be better at reading me. Like, I swear, just like any other loss, I remember my bad beats in poker more than I
yeah.
do my glorious wins.
100%.
Or even losses in sports.
100%.
Like poker, when you get beat on the river by when you've done everything right and this fucking clown just goes all in, you forget about the amount of times you were the clown going all in, and then this guy just hits a jack, and you're like fuck, and then you're out. I agree with you, but I only like tournament poker. I don't like playing. I like that we all start out with the same number of chips.
Yeah.
I don't like that you're coming to the table with your bankroll and I'm like with mine.
Yeah. That
Right?
makes
I
more
don't think that's
sense.
fair.
Yeah.
I don't even like rebuy-ins. I think a fucking tournament, and I have not played online poker for so long, but I did pretty decent in online poker. I would try to join $3 tournaments with like about 150 people in them and try to come in the top 10. And
that's good.
Yeah, and I've won like
Should I start a real life poker tournament?
Bro, I would love to play poker.
Seriously?
Yeah, if you
So
got poker, Tammy would love to play poker
for
too.
a while, like I wanted to buy like a nice poker table and like just do like
I would be part of your
poker
weekly game.
Yeah?
Or monthly game. Whatever you want to figure. Weekly game would probably be a tough.
yeah.
I would be able to
Monthly
maybe
game
bring
would be
a couple
fun.
people if you needed people. Like
Seriously?
I probably would
Because a
find
lot of my family love poker, like Brenton, most of
Sammy's-
my cousins.
Sammy's
are
family
into-
loves fucking poker.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Maybe I should do something like that.
Like I would be
I've
all
been looking for an excuse
We've thought
to buy
about
a
it a couple
poker table.
times, but we would always like fucking. We got to clean the house up too much, and now our house is fucking perfect. Like if we were ever going to do it, it would be fucking like at a time like now. But yeah, I've thought of that a
Are
few
you
times.
saying you're hosting?
No, I'm not. You said you're hosting.
I'll buy the poker table. I said.
I have the chips. I've been in a bunch of. We used to have them all the time. It's with Sammy's family.
Yeah?
they did them like with. They were a big family. They would have, bro. They would have like fucking 40. They would be like almost 40 people, maybe like
Oh,
30
yeah,
people.
that
Fucking
would
like
be
they're. It's
sick.
amazing, and you end up playing with some people that you really lose friends at a poker table sometimes.
Oh yeah.
Like
Oh, yeah.
I can let it go, but Tammy, not that she's not right about it, but Tammy's opinion of people would change on how they act at a poker table. And
It's different when you're in a game.
I hear you, but it's also that it does expose part of your personality.
For sure.
Like it's
bro,
not
yeah.
it's not just random that you turn into this
You
person.
should. When I used to play basketball with my cousins a lot. Like we used to play basketball all the friggin' time. And you're just a different person when you're playing a sport. When you're being competitive, you're just a complete.
Yeah.
You would think they really don't like you.
No, it's not. You're right. No, you're not. I'm not telling you like.
My kids probably think I don't like them when we play basketball at drop-in.
It might be right.
Blocking them, pushing them out the way.
That might not be the only reason they don't think
It
that.
might be. But who knows?
But I would love, like I am jonesing to play some real poker. I have like, you know what I mean? Like I said, like I do miss that. Even so, but like I said, even in Vegas, like none of the fucking games, like roulette, I am so interested in, but
Me
I
too.
recognize the fool's errand in it. Like, don't think I can't hop on my fucking app right now and play roulette.
Yeah.
Like it's shown it to me a bunch of times, but I have the discipline to just stop it there. Because you're right, like I'll just like, oh, and then especially if you win, it's like, oh, this is fucking, you know what I mean? Like it's just something to do.
Well, I was like, this site is like rigged because when they give me money, I'm always winning with their free spins. But as soon as it gets close to my money, all of a sudden I start losing. I'm like, no, I'm out of this shit.
Ultimately, I wouldn't argue with somebody that it's all random anyway.
I
like
know,
waiting for a
but-
3-hour game to finish. You know what I mean? Like it's all just like it's all kind of random anyway. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like you're just looking, but like because I do like winning the money. I do like it's not that because I probably could enjoy it too. Like, but I just don't want to
Do you want
tempt
me to
myself.
send you a link? I get 100 free spins if
You
I
go send me any.
send
I
you-
understand where they are. Like I can. I've
I got 100
I'm
free
turning
spins if
you
you
into a
sign
degenerate
up.
gambler. You're not turning me into a degenerate gambler.
So I
you can
can
throw
send
that
you, I
shit.
can give
Go
you
right
my
ahead.
invite. Are you
Yeah.
gonna sign up? You gonna?
No, because I don't need to. I understand the promo. Like I'm sticking with my website.
Yeah.
Like I could have opened. Danny did this. Like again, like Danny's been way more up and down than I am. Danny's moved on to fucking trading cards now. But
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah.
like when they all opened up, they all the same fucking thing. Like we'll double your deposit and we'll do this, we'll do that, do that. And so I was like, you know what? Like it's a great idea. I'll just throw $50 on this site and I'll get 200. And but then I'm in a dangerous situation where now I have 2 sites and I'm the ability for it to get away from me is there. Like it's not like I've lost money that I've not cashed out. that I wish I've cashed out.
Yeah.
Like I'm not put it in, but that's why it's all just pretend money. And I like seeing the big number in there.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
like that's when you're just like,
100%.
oh, I wish I cashed out at 1,200. And you go, the more money I have, the more money you'll start to bet. And so it'll just get away from you that fast.
Yeah.
It's why I hate roulette, because I love it, and I just my theory was just keep doubling down if you lose, because eventually you're going to win. Until your $400 is gone that one night, and you've gone, 10. Oh, it was so fast.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, obviously my plan was garbage there, but this game is fucking garbage.
Absolutely.
Like I don't want, but so yeah, I just didn't want the temptation. It's just like looking at a pretty girl walking by and just not saying anything.
Yeah,
Right? Like
yeah.
even if your wife is there and you just like recognize, or she'd see like a fucking dude and she'd walk like, Jesus Christ, do you think that guy lifts? And they fucking like, whoa. And it's like, and she goes running over and talking to him. That's one different thing compared to like, oh, I see it.
Yeah, yeah,
I see
yeah.
that. Yeah, okay. Honey, let's go. Like you don't have to fucking make it the end of the world that they looked at. But if they go over and start talking, and if they do it again and again and again, and then if you see this fucking half-ass looking guy and they're finding a reason to, it's like, no, baby, I'm like, and so I find that slippery slope like that can happen.
That's fair, that's
and I
fair.
don't want the temptation. It's like I don't trust myself to have like that.
But
like,
I need my 100 free spins.
that's why do you think they give you 100 free spins?
So I can get more 100 free
Yeah,
spins.
so you fucking go. That's why I haven't touched it.
Yeah.
Even like you asked about the bet bonus and stuff like that. Like they don't need to give that to me to make me like the persuade me
betting
to
either
bet.
way.
Yeah, but because of the competition of so many other sites out there, they have to do that to keep customers happy.
Yeah.
I would imagine. Wouldn't even ask you to guess because you wouldn't even have it. I would imagine that close to 50% of people with gambling site like own app like I do have another one.
Probably.
Like
Oh,
compared to you
probably.
and like Jacob and I or Danny and I, the three of us, I think I'm the only one that has one site only. Maybe Danny now because his wife doesn't like him spending
I
money.
technically only have one site.
I'm talking about Danny, Jacob, and me because you're
Oh
new to
yeah,
this,
they definitely have a whole bunch.
right? And so
sure.
that to me, like I said, then you're like I don't disparage them for it.
No.
I'm just like then you're tempted so many other ways. Like there's
Yeah.
no need for it.
Yeah.
Like that's why they have all those offers. They want you in.
Yeah, be monogamous.
Like, yeah, that's right. Like, just like look at the other sites. Yeah. Oh, that's an attractive bonus they're offering.
go over there
they
talking
don't-
to them.
No, don't go talking to them. Just look, okay? You can say you noticed it. So, like I said, like that's what it's all. That's what I like having something in it. Like I like. It's made me like love watching golf and shit. Like it's made me. You could even bet on weird things like who's going to win Oscars and all those other fucking
Oh,
things.
yeah?
Like some of those are kind of fun, I guess, when they happen. And the more open these sites have gotten, the more things that like now that it's been legal for a while or whatever. There's way more options as a customer to do, and just because it's gambling and there's a thing and then it's money and we all have that feeling you have and not wanting to lose. I just don't want to, like I said, tempt it. Like that's why I don't even like look at it.
Yeah.
And like the free spins, I'm a fool for not doing it because I know they're gonna like probably I'm gonna win and they're whatever it is. But I just don't. I just pretend it's not there.
Yeah.
I just pretend whatever I've lost in this situation, knowing who I am, I'll eventually lose in this situation.
Yeah, no. No,
Like
fuck
it's
that.
like I said, it's tough, and so like I said, even keeping your bet limits in check. Once you start winning stuff, it's hard not to bet more. Like when I had those bets for the F1, and I made the two $15 bets, it was because I won a golf bet like the Saturday before. So I'm high and mighty. I'm just like, oh, this is like found money now, and I've been flirting. So in the past 4 weeks, I've been flirting between $400 and $500 in my account. And I dropped like to making bets before the golf and shit last week. I dropped to like $390 or whatever. And then everything shot back up to $470. And now I'm back down to like $430.
Are you gonna cash out?
No, I'm never like I was thinking about taking a couple $100 out of it because I needed a couple $100. And it's not like, and I still might. That time hasn't kind of passed me by, but I'm not as. We did a bunch of refinancing stuff.
Yeah,
and so we were stuck with fucking her dad moving out and all these things. And so we thought we could carry ourselves, but poor decisions on credit and all these, like, not being not everything was we were a victim of. We were our own stupid selves. And so, so doing this is kind of giving us some breathing room. And so, but before that breathing was happening, it's like, fuck, I got to cash some of this out. And I know I'm going to keep gambling, so it's not like I'm going to cash it all out.
Yeah.
And I don't want to just cash so much out that if I lose, like if I only leave $50 in there. The thing with me is I only leave $50 in there, and now I'm forced to start making $3 and $4 bets instead of $10 bets. And that's not a bad thing, but the more money you have, the more you kind of want to bet.
Yeah.
And you see all that. But so I've just been living in this kind of world of staying kind of relevant, and that's exactly how I've maintained the whole thing. So yeah, I just don't want to add to it. That's good enough for me.
That's good.
But
Nice.
what was I say? It's not a money making scheme. Like I said, like I have cashed up before.
It's more entertainment.
And you do feel bad when I had the most money in there and I was like thinking of things I would buy, and then you never do. You just love you feel like a winner seeing that big number, and then you see it slowly go down because you go fucking weeks without winning a bet, and that's what I felt the worst about it. It felt like, oh my God, I went from 1,200 to 800.
Yeah.
And it felt like in a matter of minutes, but it was probably over a couple of months or whatever, and you felt like you just blew $400. And so that's when I cashed out one time, just like I'm cashing $400 out to, you know what I mean? Like not do this forever.
Mm-hmm.
And then you just got to stay there. So I've been lucky enough to have that fucking happen. And I'm not going there. So just to, what was I going to say? Just to kind of divert off of that, were you saying you hate losing and you see so do you see yourself in both Kai and Sire? Like there's two different humans to me.
Yeah.
Right? But do you see like I don't know, like it's easier to see more of you in Sire than Kai.
Yeah.
Do you like understand, like do you see it like that?
I do, other than the fact that Kai's a nerd and so am I.
Yeah.
But
So do you think it's a 50-50 split?
I think it's like a 50-50 split.
That's a buzz.
Kai is like he likes all the nerdy stuff that I like, right? But Sire likes all the sporty stuff that I like. So they're literally like me split in half into two different people.
So the person in you that hates to lose, how hard is it to see Kai not have any of that? Like
It's very hard.
Yeah, can you be
very hard.
forgiving for that?
No.
Like,
I was so mad at him one time. We were doing like a lot of our drills and training in the basement and stuff. And then we were talking, and I said, I'm just yelling at them like freaking David Goggins type shit.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you guys want to be average? I'm like, do you guys want to be average? And then Sire's like, no. And they're doing like bunny hops over hurdles and stuff. And Kai's like, well, there's nothing wrong with being average. I said, what are you talking about? There's nothing wrong with being average. Of course there's nothing wrong with being average, but you don't want to try to be average. Like your goal isn't to say, you know what, I'm going to do this to be average. And I'm like giving him this whole spiel. And then he goes, well, that just sounds like you're making fun of average people. And I'm just like, you know what? I'm not even talking to you anymore. Like, I get it. There's nothing wrong with being average. I'm average. But the fact that your goal is to be average means you're not going to be average.
I agree with you. Like I think that is 100% what you have to say at that time because he's a kid and you're teaching him that. Do you force the artistic side on Sire like that?
No.
So that's a confusing part.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like you're forgiving of Sire not being artsy or nerdy.
Yes.
Right? Like you can see that whatever that doesn't, but it's hard not to see more of Sire and Kai. You don't mind that there's not enough Kai and Sire. But it seemed like I'm not even trying to put words in your mouth.
You're right.
I'm not even saying there's anything wrong with your approach.
The difference is Sire is not consumed by anything really. Kai is consumed by technology.
Interesting.
Like, so he will forego everything to be doing his nerd stuff. Sire will go to basketball, or he'll go on his computer, or he'll go to a birthday party, or he'll go to all these other things. Nothing is that much of an inconvenience for him. He wants to just do whatever is going on. Kai is more like, I don't want to do anything other than play on my computer or other than play on my tablet. That's the difference. So Kai, I have to be more forceful to do other things, while Sire, I could be like, he'll be on his computer and I'll be like, I'm going to the store. Do you want to go? He'll be like, yep, let's go. And he'll go grab his shoes. Kyle will be like, well, how long are we going to be? What time are we going to be back? Is my friend going to be here? Because my friend's going to call me and then we're going to be able to play this game. So that's the biggest difference between them.
So, I don't know if it's an age thing. Like, do you not worry that there's potential for Sire, this is a very hypothetical, Sire to fall very behind on a technological scale to maybe some of his peers if he's never grabs it?
No, he's
Like, I'm not saying he cannot get by, like being as technically savvy as you or Kai.
no, because he's more like for example, he wants to learn how to type on a keyboard. So he'll go on while Kai will go and play Fortnite and Minecraft the whole time. Sire will play 2K, and he'll be like, I want to learn to type. So then he'll play a typing game, teaching him how to type. And then he'll be like, okay. And he picks up very quickly. So I really have no worries about, like, he's like a more middle of the road person. Like, he'll be fine average. Kai, I would be more like, listen, you need to get into some computer science. You need to, like, this is where you're going. This is the direction you're going. You want to be cybersecurity. You want to be a coder. You want to be a game developer. You want to do, this is where you want to go. Sire, I honestly wouldn't even know what direction to push him in.
That's what I think is an age thing. Like he's more fully formed. You know what I mean? Like as what he's like becoming, and you see that.
It could be.
Well, that's why I'm guessing because I understand what you're saying. I'm not even trying to poke holes in it at all.
Yeah, poke holes.
No. It's not. I'm not. I don't want to appear like I'm doing that at all. I'm just saying like Kai is you. Like it's your fault.
For sure.
That he loves computer. It's like, you know what I mean? Like, it's not blaming you. He didn't get it. He comes by it honestly.
Yeah,
like,
for
his Mara
sure.
has it in her too.
Yeah, she's a nerd.
Right?
Just
Like,
the
she's
same
100%. Like, it's just a different time. It's different, maybe boys and girls. It's different because we have the two to compare.
Yeah.
Right? Like, they're growing up together and they're these two separate things. But like I said before, like, they are you. It's very, very hard to pin down a person to being this.
Yeah.
This is why, you know what I mean? Like, we're all have our tendencies and we are who we are. We learn a little bit more every day ourselves about ourselves and how to be better and do things. So yeah, instilling that betterness is totally different. Like, no, you have to make sure, like for Sire, like I'm saying, it's hard because it's not a concern now. He's just a little baby, like he's just a kid. Like anything that he's interested in do. So I don't think there's any kind of worry of falling behind at any time soon. And I'm not even putting that on Kai now, but you say that, oh, you don't want this averagement. You don't want to strive for fucking mediocrity.
Yeah.
And it's hard to, like, I can see how very frustrating it is when his answer is, so you're making fun of mediocre people.
Yeah.
No. Like, I'm not being a bully. I'm not being unaccepting for everything. Like, it is fine, but it's fine to accept certain things, but not to like practice. You don't practice to be average.
Exactly.
Right? And you don't like, but he understands that in Fortnite. He understands that for Minecraft. He probably, if I ever hopped on Minecraft and he saw like zero idea what to do, he'd be like he'd probably want to help me.
Yeah,
and he would be
sure.
like, want to do this. He wouldn't say, I'm a retard for fucking not knowing how to do that.
He'd call you a noob though.
Yeah, that's fine. That's the language. That's unfortunately if the rest of us hate the idea of somebody just growing up in that environment because they're not good in the real world.
Yeah.
Like Sire's skills translate to more real world practicality. But I'm not living in a world where Kai might never have to work in a real place anymore.
Yeah, it's a fact.
Like he might have to be great. Like, look how, like, Selena, like I said, I don't know how to work from home, but I got a meeting in 5 minutes. I got this, she got her fucking headset on. I got to go do this, that, and the other. She can stop being a stay-at-home mom or just fucking chilling with us for a minute to going back to work.
Yep.
Like, she's in an office, like she's fucking in a production fucking thing or doing these things or waiting that other people have to kind of wait for you, or you get fucking, like I said, it's the most annoying thing, you're getting text on a Friday when you're not working.
Yep.
Like, but that's the world where a lot of people live in.
For sure.
Right? And then there's some of them that only do that. So he might have such an advantage for somebody that has to get thrown into that world.
Exactly.
Right? Like, and I see and that's why you said there is no holes to poke. Well, you might need to concentrate on this or that or the other. But like, I don't know when that happens. And none of that should be like the idea of striving for mediocrity. He's only accepting it in a sports, like in sports, but not when it comes to knowing how to. It's not even a skill.
Build a massive, like he's making this obstacle in Roblox obstacle course game with his friend in Roblox, and he's trying to make it the best game ever. Which exactly, you're right. This is exactly why we don't put Kai in sports.
Yeah,
because when it comes to sports and stuff, he's not competitive at all. He doesn't really care.
Look how great! Like, I mean, I can't wait to see his recital.
Oh yeah.
We haven't heard any piano for fucking like. It's going to be such a joyous shock to hear
Yeah.
him play the piano again.
Yeah.
Because he's been practicing all this time. And that's what he's not striving for mediocrity there.
No, he's trying to be better.
Like, you see it,
100%.
right? Like, it's like, because it's you don't have to pull anything out of him there, right? Like, what you've always said, and much congratulations to the both of you for doing it. You've put him in a position to succeed at it, right? And it's because of, like, you know what I mean? He's not going to get, like Sire would just fucking start pounding the fucking piano because he can't get those couple of notes. He'll be like, what do I got to do different? What if it gets to a thought like, oh, I got to do these finger stretching exercises to get to that, you know what I mean? Like far fucking note. Like I see him doing shit like that, which was the furthest thing from mediocrity. And so, but that's what the practice of doing sports is. The only thing we kind of know as a basic thing is like, oh, this is where you learn those skills.
Yeah.
This is where you become a Cub Scout or whatever. So you learn to be in a team environment. Or like I said, I was a goalie in hockey. I was always part of a team, but I needed to be my own separate thing from it. You know, I was a team, but I was my own special person on that team.
Yeah.
Right. And so I have something of that. Like I just don't want to be. I'm reluctantly part of a team. I don't have that, right? And so, but like you just said with him building the roadblocks thing or whatever, like that's how some people become famous.
Yeah,
like, that's how, you know what I mean?
sure.
Like, what if you do build the fucking best roadblocks? You know what I mean? Like track or, you know what I mean? Like it just becomes known.
It was like when streaming started, nobody understand. Oh, what do you do? You're playing video games all day. You're streaming, and then next thing you know, your son's freaking making millions of dollars streaming to people from his house, never going outside. And it's
See,
like a
he's
whole
an expert
thing.
at that.
Yeah.
Like maybe not now, but he's becoming an expert on that, which people are
He
just
actually
dying to do.
tried to do it. He's like, why isn't this working? I'm like, what are you doing? And this guy is like screen capture trying to stream. Like, bro, first off, your computer can't stream. Relax, relax. But
See, you're right. So that's the world he's going to want to live in, and I don't see him striving for mediocrity there.
no, just in sports, which was a waste of money.
Yeah, but you have to figure it out for one thing. So
For sure.
We were talking about weed downstairs, and you brought up like, would you grow weed again? And I said, like, that's a good topic. We're talking about. I learned so much about growing weed. Like, I still love weed as much as I ever fucking did. Growing it made me love it even more. Gave me way more of a respect for it. The convenience of buying it from the store now outweighs like what I got from growing it. Like, that's a waste of my time right now. Like I have better things to do with my mind and my time than growing weed. And so that's why I would never do it. It's not the money. Like I don't think you grow weed now to save money.
Hell no.
I mean, but
It
that's
would be like a hobby. It would be like something that you're doing.
yeah. And I could see it just like gardening or doing what, but it's just like there's just work involved.
Yeah.
Like I've totally gone from the reward of it to the inconvenience of it all. Like I don't even remember how much time. Like I go in the basement like fucking hardly ever now, and I used to spend an hour a night down there.
That's why you need to get one of those pod things.
So I've tried it. I did. Well, that's what I end up
Get
doing.
one of
with
those,
the
put it in the living room, you know.
And you think that's how it works, and then you just grow the shittiest weed ever. Like it doesn't work. Like that's what the problem is.
Yeah.
Even me growing with LED lights, like that was just me being in the hobbyist of it all.
It's a reason why none of these big pharma companies growing weed aren't using a whole bunch of pods.
Well, no, but there is a system.
They're using tents and water and like lights and stuff, but they're not using these little.
No, but you can make a self-contained, not the exact same thing you're talking about, but a little bit supersized, where it's a big, huge tub, and then you have little slots where you can put like maybe 6 plants in and go that. It all works. All I can see is all the work it takes to trim it down to fucking the bud, and then the fucking curing it and the fucking everything, and everything has to go right to be the same as it is for me to buy 3 fucking immaculate joints for $25. 3 joints that'll fucking rock my world. That like mixed it. So like I said, so now I can spend $60 on a weekend and get rocked and spend 0 time to go from like if you work in all the money or whatever to spending $30 a weekend.
And how long did you grow weed for?
Like 7 years, 6-7 years probably.
That's like, you know.
Is that enough?
It's like me and building computers. I would never buy a computer without building it myself. For myself, I would
But I'm the
never do
opposite.
that. Yeah, that's
No, it's
true.
not the same as you. It's the actual opposite.
That's true.
But
But if you grew your weed and it was better than the most immaculate joint, would you have stopped?
No.
Is it because? Oh, so it was because of the.
Yeah, I
the
can
end
never. I
product.
can't live up to the.
Oh, okay.
I would never grow. I would never fucking make my own beer. Like, how close am I going to get to a fucking Sleeman's in my fucking garage?
Yeah.
Like, how much am I going to, you know what I mean? Like, let's just fucking work a couple fucking extra minutes and go buy a fucking, you know what I mean, a bottle of beer.
Yeah.
Like, it's not, like, like I said, there's a reward for doing it yourself. You build the computer, you think you can build something better than you can buy for that money.
Yeah.
Like, the legalization of weed has totally changed. The gambling thing is now I can just go on an app and do all these other things instead of, I used to have to know Steve the bookie. And then I would give Steve some money, you know what I mean, or whatever. And then now you're trusting Steve, and everybody was in a bad book. Like, you know what I mean? Like, Steve could just stiff you.
Yeah.
I could stiff Steve. Anything could fucking happen in that situation. There was no protection for anybody. But now it's way easier. If I was going to bet with Steve online, I'd have to bet, you know what I mean? He wasn't going to take a $3 bet.
That's
He wasn't going
true.
to take it was like $50 or more or whatever. And you had like these certain odds.
Have
for
you
this-
ever met Steve?
Sorry, Steve. Steve used to be the guy I used to go buy weed off of all the
Yeah,
time. There is
yeah,
a Steve.
yeah.
I'm trying to be half honest here. So, you know what I mean? Like, Steve has no idea about this show. I haven't talked to Steve ever since weed was legal.
You stiffed Steve?
I mean, I've stiff Steve, yeah. Steve, I used to send people to Steve. Sean and I, every once in a blue moon, said, "Did you remember when we used to fucking have to do this, that, and the other?" And so Steve was never my bookie. He was just my weed dealer. So I'm sure there is, we'll call him Tom.
Tom.
And I know
the
zero
bookie.
Toms.
Tom the bookie.
So yeah, that's why the convenience is there.
Yeah.
And so am I saving more money now by not having to bet $50? And this is totally hypothetical. I just never bet at that time. Like, I would just not be, I would bet on Proline.
Mm-hmm.
And then there were certain restrictions that you had to do there. You had to go to the store.
Is
You had-
Proline still around?
It's online. It's an online thing now. Yeah,
Oh.
it is still. You can make a thing on your phone, go to the store, and they'll give you a ticket.
Oh, shit.
But they don't have. You could probably even do it at the little lottery booth there too. But like when it was only Proline in town, you were just stuck with the odds. If you could see online that like Vegas had the game at like whatever, a team to win by a goal or whatever, then Proline would have them to win by 2, and you couldn't do anything about it.
Mm-hmm.
And then there would be these more frustrating things where in the playoffs where only certain teams were playing, you could only there were only so many combinations of a ticket you could do, right? Because and you would find this be impossible, but you would have if you wanted all the favorites to come in, you go put a ticket on that. They wouldn't accept it because they were too liability. The liability was too high
are
on
you
that.
serious?
Yeah, no Vegas casino does that. So Proline had all their cake and they ate it too, and it was very annoying. So I would never go back to them. Then they had, they said, it's like almost every government thing. Like, you thought you had the monopoly of it all, right? Like, I'm not sorry for beer stores that beer is sold in regular stores.
Okay.
Like, I don't I don't know anybody who works at the beer store. I don't think they're going to lose any employees because of this. I think it's just more convenient as a person.
Do you even buy beer not from the beer store?
I haven't gone to the beer store. No, I've bought way more beer from the non-beer store.
Not including the LCBO.
No, I've bought beer from the store. I almost buy beer from the store every week now.
Oh, yeah, you're close to the store.
No, I go shopping every Saturday, and I've gone down to just a 6-pack a week,
And I just
and I just go buy it at the beer store at the at
yeah.
fucking at
I
Longo's.
can't tell you when I went to a beer store either.
Yeah, but you buy you go to the LCBO.
Yeah.
So this is the thing. Like, do you spend too much on liquor?
Yeah.
Like, it's a constant thing that you and the wife bounce back and forth.
Yeah, for sure.
Is it for your feeling on Monday morning that you don't drink on Sunday, or is it because of the money you spend, or is it a combination of both?
It was both. It's both.
There's not one thing that leans more. I personally think, from knowing you, it's the feeling in the morning
The
more than the
feeling
money.
is the really that pushes you over the edge.
It's easy to throw the money in there too.
Yeah, so it's just like, hey, well, I cannot feel sick and not spend an extra. The problem happened when we were finishing our bottles by Saturday and then going back on Sunday and buying more bottles. Then it's just pointless because then you're just buying bottles to be sick, and then your tolerance is already high enough where is the bottle even doing anything at that point? So, yeah.
I am zero. This is not me at all. Try to even have a thought. This is going to sound like I'm feeling superior or anything like that. It's just like what you have to do is I went from drinking 24 beers in a weekend.
Yeah,
to
I
6.
remember. I remember when we like, what was it, like a year, 2 years?
Yeah, it's not that long ago.
And it was, you're like, you were budgeting.
Yeah, 24
24
beers a night.
beers for
It's like,
yeah.
Okay, so if I drink Sunday, then I can make like 6 beers a night.
Yeah.
Two 6 beers a weekend.
Yeah.
Like I have thrown in the margaritas, you know what I mean? Like it's not, but like for me to have 3 drinks, like more than 3 drinks on any of the weekend night is crazy now. Like mine was motivated by not so much money is diet.
Yeah.
Like it's more of like fucking like if I drink more than that, then I'm going to fucking start munching on chips. Like it's already hard enough, but that one extra drink and just like anything else, it's like fucking not gambling on slots. Like there's not if you don't do it long enough, you don't remember your old habits.
Yeah.
Like it's easy for me to it's just like I said, like making better new habits that don't like get into it or whatever. So
Yeah.
I would never want to change it. I think your wrong way of thinking it is to not budgeting your liquor for Saturday and Sunday. Like
Yeah.
for you going all in and getting everything done by Saturday night.
Oh, yeah.
Is me drinking the 24 beers and
Absolutely.
thinking I have to do that. Like thinking, oh, this is who I am.
I mean, there's liquor there, so you got to drink it.
But that's, you know what I mean? That's my identity.
Yeah.
Like it's, I'm a beer drinker. Why wouldn't I? I want to get drunk. Yeah, I've been drinking fucking 24 beers a week my whole life. And then, like I said, my shock was going on the scale before, and then just like, oh, what have you done to yourself? And the work that goes into doing that, I had no choice.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't ask for the results that I want and continue to do certain things.
And that's the same thing. I couldn't ask for the results of not throwing up on Mondays and continue to drink on Sundays.
You think you would have had it? I agree. I'm not trying to say you're wrong. That's why I do think you wouldn't have thrown up on Mondays if you drank half as much on Saturday.
Yeah, but I can't drink half as much because it doesn't do anything. Remember,
So I used to say that, but-
we take straight shots
I-
constantly.
Yeah, but you're missing. You okay? It's the same as me thinking I had to. This is where I agree with you.
Yeah.
I'm challenging you on is it's the same as me a year ago. Like I said, I'm not much better person than I was a year ago. But a year ago, I was spending 130 every weekend on
Yeah.
weed, with all the fancy joints and nothing else, and $60 on a 2-4. And now I've gone to $65 a week on joints, way less fancy, way less things. Thinking, how am I going to not get high on these? I need 50%, blah blah blah. To be like, well, if you smoke 150% and then smoke a couple of 20s,
That's
you know,
good.
it's just as good, and you don't spend. And I'm satisfied. My gluttonous ways are jonesing for it all. I go to the store and I see everything. And it's like, I want, you know what I mean? There's that, but you do it once or twice or 3 times. And all of a sudden, it just becomes a new habit.
And that's exactly what happened. What happened here this week when I went to the LCBO today, I only had to buy 1 bottle of liquor. Usually we buy 2
Yeah.
on the Fridays, but I only had to buy 1 because, as you saw in our freezer, we have a full bottle of rum,
Still.
which never happens.
Yeah.
Never happens.
Yeah, so I agree with you're right.
The habit, the change in the habit.
I think you're sacrificing a whole Sunday when you don't have to.
I am sacrificing the whole thing because we meal prep on Sundays and I cook, especially in the summer, I cook outside. And it's so hard for me to turn on my grill or griddle and not want beer.
So what I'm saying to you is that I think you're diminishing your life experience.
100%. My
Because-
Sundays are completely different.
Yeah, and why would you work all week and do all that and do everything else right to not, like, you know what I mean? Like to sacrifice, like I said, it's one of your few days off.
Yeah.
I'm not even trying to guide you down the wrong way. I think, like I said, I think the way I would look at it is it's like, I am going so all in Saturday for a 0 Sunday. And I
Yeah.
will take 250% days instead of 100% and 1-0.
Yeah.
Like
I'm-
that's, you
I'm
know what I mean?
going
That's
for
what,
the 100%
yeah, at the cost of a 0.
at the cost of a 0.
Yeah, and so I'm picturing you fucking, grilling fucking shit with stone cold sober as a
Drinking
judge.
water. Yeah. No,
That's
no.
gross.
We do edibles.
That's gross.
Yeah, I know.
Like that's not doing it for you.
No, it's not.
I feel for you. I'm
I'm
sorry.
a drinker more than I do weed. Yes.
So I guess I don't even know why I care so much. Like it's fine. I'm not like I guess that's why I couched it with like sound superior. It's like I don't know any better. I'm like that's for me.
Yeah, it works for you, and it's fine.
Yeah, that's all. I hate that feeling for you on Sunday, especially when it's like racing. Like again,
I know.
it's silly.
I know. Jay, stop, Jay.
It's just silly.
I'm sitting there watching races sober. I know.
Yeah, but like, so why wouldn't like? Okay, I get it. I just don't know why you don't see it my way a bit at all.
Because I don't really feel.
I don't know why you have to go so hard on Saturday.
I just have to.
I, as a fucking go hard, like as the biggest glutton you can fucking know, except for you and your liquor, I just don't see how you don't see that.
Yeah, I don't know.
see. It's annoying to me that you would do that to yourself.
Yeah, I don't know. Fridays is the 50%, Saturdays the 100%. So I go 150% for the weekend. I don't go 200%. And it's the same thing on Sundays. There's no way I'd be able to do 50%. There's no way. We would have to just go the same way we did Saturday. Sunday would be Saturday too.
So your mistake is thinking that you have to do that.
Yes.
Your mistake is drinking
that is our
6
habit.
beers a weekend. Yes, I am not getting the same buzz as I was drinking 7 beers a night.
Yeah.
Obviously. But when I'm going on the scale on Wednesday, none of that matters to me.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, I still enjoy the beer as much as ever. I just have to savor it more.
Yep.
You know how, like, again, this is me. I say this to myself to fucking hear it, so I keep doing it. It's just, if I know I have 6 more of these, I'm fucking just like, I'm just downing it.
You're just going
If
down.
I know I only have one fancy joint for the whole day, right, for the whole evening, I'm like, when am I going to smoke it? Would it be like 4 or 2? No, 2, I'm going to smoke one of these fucking bullshit ones. And then, you know what, it's a real thought goes into it.
Yeah, for sure.
Instead of just like, fuck it, I'm a man, I fucking made the money, fucking they exist, da 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 da. And then, then you're done.
Yeah.
And then there's no discipline in there. I think it is a thing to show your kids, like that's a good thing that you can stop on the Sunday. If anything, because they won't see the 50-50. They can't tell. They just know, oh, they don't drink on Sunday.
Yeah.
And that is, probably a positive thing to show them.
Fuck those kids. No, I'm joking. They actually made a comment. Selena's telling me a story about how they were talking about alcohol, getting drunk or something and thing. And then it's always Kai makes a comment and says, "Yeah, but you guys only drink on the weekend, so you're not that bad." And I was like,
So what's that in his head? What's that context of, like, where does he know that people don't do that?
That's the thing. Like, he knows we go to the LCBO. He doesn't really see us drink because, like, we'll drink during the day on Saturday, but we're not like what we do when we after. Yeah, like we're pretty composed when they're awake.
Yeah, I know that.
Not by choice, just because we have to stretch our
time.
liquor.
It's time. Exactly. It's the time of day. Yeah.
So, but yeah, and then on Sundays they don't see it. So.
Yeah, but he says that in context of knowing that there's people that do drink on Tuesday.
Yeah, where did he get that? Probably, maybe his grandmother.
But either way, I think that's a good thing to show them. And I just don't. I'm not poking holes in it. I just feel just picturing you watching fucking Lewis coming 7th and not having anything to fucking.
I don't even get excited because I'm not.
So even for me, when I was like, this is when I was on my journey years ago. Just like, I could break my code by drinking in the playoffs because I love playoff hockey, do that. And then that was a reason to, and then it was like, well, okay, I don't have to do that because who cares? But the Leaf game, I need to calm my nerves, like all these beer commercials. And it's just like, back in that, I don't want to derail it. I'm using this as an excuse to derail myself.
Yeah.
And I just don't, once I get out of that mindset that I need it and you realize you don't, then I can, like I said, you and I are totally opposite where I think if you, like you said, you'll go all in on Saturday and not, if I only have, the only way I'll just end it, like if I have a bag of weed for the weekend, right? Like, I start rolling big fat 2 paper joints on Friday night and Saturday I fucking smoke. Oh, I got to look at the bag. Oh, I can smoke a bigger one. And then I'll go, geez, there's not much left. I can like either roll one the same size as I just did on Friday, or I can make 4 of these little ones last, and I got weed for the whole weekend.
Yeah,
I would
Friday,
never,
baby.
I would not be doing that. I'd be like, why did you roll such a big joint on Friday? And I would be like, that would inform me for the next day, and that's kind of what I did. And this is why I'm saying to you, I am proud of myself for having the ability to do that.
Oh, that's great.
No, but that's what it's not a superior thing, and because I know I can do it, I can see you doing that, but I don't need. That doesn't inform me at all. Now I could just laugh at you on Sunday when I'm buzzed and you're not. No,
I'll pretend.
You get high enough on edibles that it's good enough.
Yeah, we're on 5 milligrams. and stuff. So, you know.
I hear other people talk, and they say how high they like. This is just random people on other podcasts, and they're talking about how high they get on 10 milligrams and shit, and talking about. Can you
I
imagine?
could not take a 10
Can you
milligram.
imagine people talking about imagine taking 100 and it's like I have to stifle myself. We're almost to see like I will have over 200 maybe on Saturday.
Yeah, like that's crazy.
No, it's so much fun, man.
That is crazy.
Those cravings are like that is my biggest accomplishment is taking that much edibles
And not eating?
and not glutting myself.
There's no freaking way.
Yeah, that's what I do every weekend.
Jesus.
Like it's not derailed me yet, and
Yeah.
it's because of all the work that it takes to do it. Like it's not like, but it is. It's so hard.
Yeah.
like it is the hardest. But the feeling is. I try not to just think about. I just try to think of the good positive. You know what I mean? Like why I want to get that high, and not like
For sure.
like the downfalls of it. And but the Monday morning, like I've stopped going as hard on Sundays because of you two talking about like how hard it is. Like your Monday morning experiences were way different than mine.
Oh, yeah.
But I recognize it. I see that. There's enough of it, and I don't want to. I'm not going to be fucking waving everybody on my way to work on Monday, but I don't need to be as sour about it. And maybe part of it is feeling like shit. Part of it is the whole week coming up that I can't do to my body what I want to do, like for the last like 2 or 3 days. You got a real hard out.
Yeah.
You talk about TV for 2 seconds.
Sure.
You got like 5 minutes. So
Yeah, let's go for it.
you're still not done adolescence. I hope by next week we can talk
Yeah,
about the
we'll
whole
probably
show.
be done this weekend.
If you are not done, if you've already watched 2 episodes and you are not able, if you're able, and don't do this because I said it, to not watch the 2 episodes before next week, you have way more discipline than anybody in the world.
Oh, now I'm definitely
Everybody
not
has
watching
binged
it.
this show almost 4 in a row.
Now I'm definitely not
Yeah, I know.
watching it.
But that's your own. Then you're going to lose in the ultimate. Then. So
Yeah.
I'm. Other than saying that, I would expect you to finish watching that. We are trying. We have a couple episodes to go in 1923, so I don't want any spoilers of that.
Oh, you watched it?
Yeah, I again, I don't know why I waited so long to watch.
I was about to say, like, it's
Yeah, it's
as good
everything.
as you expect.
Yeah, it's everything. No, it's
Yeah.
all there. Like now, I'm pissed that I've only got 3 episodes left.
Yeah.
Type of thing, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So I'm really happy but I'm going to save that till we finish. But you finished finally White Lotus a while ago.
Yes.
Were you? So how are you feeling about the whole show?
I gotta throw myself back, see if I remember. Oh yeah. So I mean, I will not say this is not the best season. I liked the first part of the. I didn't like this ending of this season more than I liked. And I think this is probably the worst ending White Lotus season. Not that it's a bad show, everybody, but this is probably the worst out of the 3 ending.
I could see there is room for criticism. There is like a lot of loose ends of the ending. Like it did seem
It kind
a little
of seemed
hurried.
kind of yeah. It was like wild
for no
and
reason
rushed.
for
Yeah,
hurried.
absolutely.
I think that's informs of how slow paced the rest of the show was.
Yeah.
And I think that a show like that where people are trying to guess what might happen, nobody's going to be satisfied with how it kind of ends.
Yeah.
Like-
but I think that's a misstep on the writing and producing. Like pacing is so important. Breaking Bad taught us all how great pacing does. Like they have it's very hard to pace a show for 5 seasons. What's that? Game of Thrones paced 4 great seasons and they fucked up the last season.
Yeah.
So like pacing is so important and it just makes people feel a certain way, even if they can't describe it.
It's the fair criticism of the show where this could have been an hour and a half movie.
Yes.
Right?
Yes,
Like it's
it
very
could have
hard
been.
to distinguish that from it, especially when you talk about like a show like Adolescence where like 4 episodes. Like
Yeah.
that's like ideal.
Yeah,
like that's, like, you know what I mean?
exactly.
Like that's everything is fucking there's no way you can poke holes that they lingered on something for
They
too
have
long.
you wondering, but not wondering too long.
What I loved about it the most, I'm very forgiving on endings, and I can recognize it. It's not going to inform me about the whole show. What informs me more for the White Lotus is the themes for the whole show and the people discovering who they are in a way, like
Yeah.
the Thailand of it all,
Yeah.
like the self-reflection of it all, like. Sorry, people, just plug your ears. We're almost finished, so you can go. Like, try not to spoil anything that happened. 3, 2, 1. By the time the people that ended up dying on the show, like if he could have just talked to that counselor, remember he begged her to talk to her,
Yeah.
and she was so in tune with his pain, right? Like it's his own fault, everything. But I recognize this poor guy's pain that he just brought all onto himself.
Yep.
I recognize that. How often do I do that? You know what I mean? Like in different ways. Like
For sure.
you think this is everything for you. And then I don't concentrate on him going back to the hotel and him, you know what I mean? Like this, that, or the other. Like the security guard who had to shoot somebody who was in this Buddhist mindset. Like I don't recognize the Buddhist mindset. I don't understand, like, you know what I mean? But I wish I did a bit more. And so that identity theme, that fucking, the North Carolina people, like there was no resolution to that family story in a way. But the turnaround from all the kids, the girl who wanted to be a monk and then like, well, I don't want that,
fuck that.
to the little kid who's like, holy shit, this whole way of living exists. Like I don't, and he's not like the middle kid, like the older kid who's already so jaded, who already depends on his old man for everything. This kid hasn't been affected by any of it yet, and he's like, "Oh, I just grown up in this house." It's like
He does work for his dad.
No, the youngest kid is still in high school.
Oh, yeah, the
like he was
youngest
the one who
boy.
wanted to stay. He's like,
Yeah,
"Hey,
yeah,
can I
for
stay
sure,
here with you?"
for sure.
He's like, all of a sudden, he hasn't been. Like the older kid has been corrupted by that way of life. The other kid isn't there yet. And then the kid who was corrupted by the way of life finds that fucking my favorite character of all, Chloe, just like fucking like read this book or what, like with that chick with the buck teeth. And he's like fucking like he wants to be something different than he, you know what I mean? He's confused with how he turned out to be this man.
Yeah.
And like I recognize some of that kind of shit. It's just like, oh man, that's no resolution, just like the human condition that the White Lotus brings up. I love that.
I love White Lotus. It's great.
But I can see like poke holes in it, but no, yeah.
It's a great show, absolutely. But it depends when we get to the point of nitpicking.
Yep.
And
It's yeah.
where I'd put it, the pacing really sucked on this season.
Yeah.
Everything else I love. We said last week or the week before that. The characters are always great. The writing is great, but even the other seasons, pacing is a lot. Pacing is a lot, especially for me. It's a lot, and you can tell when it's rushed. And when you can tell, it kind of screws it up. It's like, did you even have an ending in mind? Like, were you planning this ending
From the beginning?
Yeah, it's like, we did all this development, character development, story development, everything. And how are we going to end it? Oh shit! It's like we thought in the last couple episodes. I don't want that.
See, I think it was all like I agree with that in a way. Where I rescind some of that thought is the second that he left, like where he was going to shoot the fucking old man in the beginning, and then he left. He threw the gun away.
Yeah.
Like he was watching his friend party his ass off, and he was, which was so fucking funny.
Yeah, I
like he's
know,
doing
right?
lines off their ass, like
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
in his fucking G-string. Like he's just all in. It's such a, you know what I mean? Like that's an amazing fucking writing job.
Yeah.
And then he's there with the biggest shit-eating grin on his life. Like he was content. The whole human condition, like just being content in the present moment.
Yeah.
That's why I knew that I had a very strong feeling he was going to die because he had achieved
100%.
the Zen moment.
I got the same feeling.
And then, like I said, everything. So, but like I said, like go to 1923 where there's so many stories going on. There's such a observing type of thing. Like I am not putting myself in any of these people's position. Like I could be like, oh, what was it like to live back then and shoot a fucking wolf on your fucking porch and all that kind of stuff. But it's just a show to me. There's nothing that there's not as much I identify with.
For sure.
Or I can't, but it's just like a very entertaining, lots of great characters, whole different, but it doesn't speak to the human condition the same way that one does.
Absolutely.
But I mean, it doesn't have to. That's why all shows are different, and it's very hard to compare the two. Like how do you compare 1923 to White Lotus?
You don't, but I would say one is better than the other.
Which one would you say is better than the other?
I would say 1923 is probably. That's kind of hard to say. Actually, they're both written very well, so it's hard to say. And I don't want to spoil anything. I don't want to spoil it.
How dare you? How dare I be ahead of you on TV shows? Awesome, bro.
All right. Well, I want to thank everyone for listening to the Work Related Podcast.
Hopefully next week on Related by Work, I can show you guys that I've lost another $5 on the Senators and my boys are in the second round.
Yes.
But I'm sure there'll be other things. So we'll see you guys next week.